Hello, my PC students. This is another review video, so let's go to File, and let's go to Open, and Browse, and we want to go to your classes drive, go to PC, your PC folder, go to Teaching Documents, and we want to open up the one called Reagan, XX Reagan Supermarket Sales. So XX Reagan Supermarket Sales. Alright, so the first thing, we want to go File, Save As, go to Browse, go to your U drive, go to Print Com, and go to Excel. Click in your file name box, press Home, type in your first name and the current date for you, and save. Okay, I see it's Arial again, so let's click in cell A1, hold down your Shift key, and let's click in about L31 and make it Calibri size 12. And then go to View, Zoom, and let's put it at 140. Alright, go Control S to save. In this video, we're going to deal with selling price, cost, price, and profit, and markup on your selling price. So the first thing that it tells you is that you're going to mark up the cost price by 50%, and this will be our selling price. Okay, we need to reference that, so we're going to go to a blank cell here. I'm going to say let's go to A22 and type in markup. And then in cell B22, put in your 50%. All right, when we talk about markup, we have to talk about the cost price plus the markup, right? So we have to go to equals, and we have the cost price plus, and open our parentheses, we've got to take the cost price times the markup, and the markup's 50%. Now, every product is going to get marked up 50%, so it has to be absolute. Oh, what the hell did I do here? Looks okay to me. All right, so I'll just show you again to make sure you've got that. We said the cost price, which is C7, and plus the markup, and the markup is the cost price times 50%. All right, so that's what we want. Grab your fill handle and left double click so that it fills all the way down. We won't worry about the formatting just yet. We'll do that in a minute or so. Okay, if your selling price is $15 and your cost price is $10, how much is your profit? Equals your selling price minus your cost price. So our profit is $5. And once again, double click, and there we go. All right, in cell, go Control S to save. In cell F7, it says what were your sales, like how much did you sell all your products for. All right, now if you were missing units sold, just in case, just fill it in with a pattern like I did, 369. All right, and so we're going to take our selling price, which is $15, times the number of units sold, and we sold 3, so we made $45 from selling 3 of those items. All right, so double click. And then your profit. How much profit did you make? You would say equals, and I made $5, which is D7, right? Times the units sold, and I made a profit of $15. And again, double click. All right, go Control S to save. So that was pretty easy for you. You didn't have to do much there. Now, it says that your sales, you want them to grow at a rate of 25%. So what would be your projected sales? All right, so first of all, I want to put in here growth rate. And I want my sales to grow at 25%. Okay, now that's only an estimate, only a guess, but that's what you're going to guess for. You're projecting, you're guessing, estimating. Okay, so I had my sales. There's my sales were $45. I want them to grow, so I've got to say plus. I want the sales to grow by 25%. and the 25% has to be absolute because I want all my sales to grow by 25%. So you said take your sales plus the growth, and the growth is 25%. All right, so your sales went from 45 to 56. All right, grab your fill handle and drag down. All right, save your work. And now let's get some, we don't want units sold. So I'm going to click here, watch this. I'm going to click in cell B7, hold down my shift key because these ones all need accounting format. Now I'm going to hold down the control key and select these ones. So I selected 2 sets at once because I used the control key. All right, right click, go to format cells, and we want to choose accounting. And I don't want a $sign and 2 decimal places, so I've got them all. Now, here's where I want the $sign. I want these 3, and again, I'm going to hold down my control key and grab these 3. So right-click, go to Format Cells. We want accounting with a $sign. All right, say OK. Now, if I asked you for percent of sales, the question says, calculate the percent of sales for each product as compared to, remember, that means divide, the total sales for all the products. So I need a total in here. But let's take your total sales here. Actually, I'm going to click here in F7, hold down your shift key so that we're going to get the total sales, total profit, and total projected sales. All right, Alt equals. And now widen this column so you can see it. And you should be able to see your totals here. Okay, so now, percent of sales. And I did Alt-Enter there. Oh, looks like I got a space in of here, which I have. Okay. And I'm going to put your center on here right now, so we'll go with center. Center, center, maybe bold. There. All right, so everybody can see their work nicely. Okay, so now what percent did the pickles take of this portion of the sales as compared to olive, cereal, dish soap, and so on? So here, our sales for the pickles were $45 as compared to the total sales, and the total sales must be absolute because every product's got to be compared to the same total. Okay, and now we drag down and we want our percent sign and 2 decimal places. So when you look at, oh, hold on, I want to widen this here. When you look at frozen dinners, you look at 9.89%. You look at oranges, 12.09%, and apples, 14.51%. So your pickles are pretty small as compared, and look at your olives, okay, and your cereal. But of course, you saw that I put a pattern in here, 369, so everything increased. So that's not necessarily the truth. It's just that I put those values in. Watch if I had changed the values. Maybe here, if I had put in, let's say pickles, I'll put in 45 units, and then I'll put in here for olives, well, they won't be as much, I don't think, so I'll say 25, and then if I change the dish cereal, likely quite a bit, so let's say 40. All right, so you see me changing the values there, and you can see how your percentages reflect right away. So yours will be different than mine, but that's all right. The idea is that you understand is that what percent were the pickles as compared to the total sales, which was here. Okay, so that's what you should have had there. You did your markup of 50%. You found your profit, which remember is selling price minus cost price. And then your sales, your units sold times your selling price. Your total profit, units sold times your profit. What were the projected sales, estimated? You said you had to take your sales plus the growth. You think they're going to grow by 25%. And then the last one we did, what percent was each product as compared to the total. Okay, so that's what you were supposed to do in that question. And again, always remember selling price minus cost price equals profit. Okay, you can do the rest of the questions, the headers and footers and the borders. Everything else can be done. So save your work and we'll stop there.